to twerk that ass. She's not gonna think that.
Well, of course.
But she,
I honestly, if you Raw Digger, Bahamadia, you can really name the thinking female on the series.
yo, Bahamadia was nice.
That get a chance to really.
Bahamadia be getting left out when they be talking.
Bahamadia, yeah, Bahamadia was straight urban dude. Right in the village.
But I remember all that.
But she's dope, but they're not gonna allow that because you're not. I mean,
They got rid of that.
even light. I mean, light. You're not marketable. You're not sexy. It's just, but that's how it's just like. The bitch is decide, man. It's like the level of involvement. The whole community and the culture is just went from that comes out to just now. I think that a lot.
Yeah, but see, now look, that's what I'm saying in terms of the, it's speaking about this music, but I'm saying that that's the thing. It's very important, right? Because at the end of the day, right, trying to skip steps, right, gave the proper way. And the shit that I realized at the end of the day, right, is that when we gave it away, we was actually happy because we didn't understand what was happening. When we started hearing, yo, got a deal for $30 million. You know what I mean? Dre got his own label. Or what they did, what that was corporate Americans find out about hip hop, right? It first was dudes, right? Like people like him that it's like they grew up around the culture, they go into high school, they stand out and they know that this shit, if people hear this in the world, this shit is gonna blow. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them, they got connections like the dude from Coachella, Pop was an executive at Warner Brothers. And so you know what I'm saying, like Pop, I got this shit. You know what I mean? So it was like them like, look, go ahead, get that over there. And the niggas start making money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. At those small independent labels that was first getting started making money. All of them, from Russell Simmons to the Sleeping Bag, now for corporate America, they groups is falling apart now. The rock and roll shit has died. You know what I'm saying? By the late 80s and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, yo, we still, at the numbers down here, you see that, that hip hop division is putting up numbers. Right? So,
if you go 1 through 4, there's no knowledge, there's no understanding culture for hip hop. They try to jump right to culture.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like they jump right to the culture part of it.
You see, what would have happened, right, is that at that time, they got $30 million deals, $10 million deals, whatever it was, right? But if they would have held their heads, it being Mark Zuckerberg territory.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
But they skip the steps.
Right. To try to become to see what you did is you gave up all the control. That's what they really did when they signed all those labels.
Yeah, their culture.
You understand what I'm saying? And so now you can't control it no more. Without this shit is totally out of control. But look, it don't matter what you do. You hook up our own electricity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We in control of this. You see what I'm saying? We the ones, see, like now, they decide who's dope. You see what I'm saying? We used to be the ones that decide who's dope.
And we had to see.
Yeah, exactly. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I tell people, like, see, when we talk about music, right? I tell people, listen, man, that stuff y'all doing out there now is not hip hop.
It's not hip hop.
It's rap.
It's rap.
Yeah. It's not even. It's hip hop culture.
Right. It's hip hop culture.
You know what I'm saying? But see, at this point,
I can't call it that, man.
It's not rap.
I can't call it hip hop culture.
It is.
I can call it a hip hop facsimile of the culture.
It's like Supreme.
nah, this is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
It's
Look,
advancing with Supreme on it.
look, you got you know, in the beginning, you had graffiti, music, and dancing, right?
Right.
The first two elements, or two of the elements, got outgrown fairly quickly.
How you got the DJ?
Yeah, huh?
How you got the DJ?
Well, not well. I'm including that. I'm including that in the music.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, to me, the music, the time that I'm going back to, the
Right.
DJ was really the main
Right,
dude.
you know shit.
Yeah, remember, look, it was Eric B and Rakim.
It was Grandmaster Flash in the
And you're right. You understand what I'm saying? That everything rotated around the DJs, and then the DJs just became producers.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying? But just saying that, so the hip hop music remained around. You understand what I mean? So the culture though continued to develop into, you know, people becoming clothing designers and all different types of things that came into the culture. So, you know, I recognize certain, you know, elements of what they talking about. Like, yeah, that's you know, inner city culture and everything. You know, that's, you know, the hip hop aesthetic, right? But the music that you're making is something else. I'm saying objectively, you know, like if you hear, you know, music has certain characteristics and properties. You see what I'm saying? So if you hear a song with a whole bunch of violins and harps and shit, right? If I just tell you, yo, it's a music, it's a song that got a whole bunch of that in it, it's automatically going, yeah, it's probably an opera song or some kind of symphony, because that's characteristic of that music, right? You know, you're not gonna hear a country music song, right, from the 60s where the bass line is gonna be like a soul record.
Brothers Johnson.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? The music has certain signatures and characteristics, even that, you know, certain music is in 4/4 time. You understand what I mean? All of these is different characteristics. What I'm saying that if you do that type of analysis of the music that they're making right now, no, it's not the same thing. But it's still the same culture, like the things that people are saying and the way they dressing and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? But they outgrew hip hop. Because what I'm saying is, you don't see, like, if you never hear somebody that's doing rock and roll right now, right? They'd be like, yeah, that Beatles shit is trash. You understand what I mean? If you saying that the music from then is trash, then clearly what you doing is something else.
Right.
I'm not saying disrespectfully, I'm saying,
Objectively.
yeah, you listen. Take credit for inventing something new.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, listen, if you listen to hip hop in the 80s, right, it was very much related to music from the 60s and 70s.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? If you ask people that was alive in the 60s and 70s, they said, no, that's that record. Y'all just stole it. You understand what I mean? But we acknowledged that what we was doing was something different. See, I wasn't trying to get my grandparents to fucking like my music. I didn't give a fuck. That's the problem. What I got, like, nigga, why do I have to? You're not making this for me, son. The shit you talking about, you clearly not making this for me. So what, you know? But that, you know, that's who knows, man, what end up coming of that. You know what I'm saying? But I just know that, you know, the stories that's being told on there now, right, is somebody else's stories. Yeah. Right? So, you know, all of the things, you know, whatever it is, man, the people that they music, right, it serves them. Like a patriotic song, right? You know, when they sing the Star Spangled Banner, they don't talk about all the time George Washington got his ass kicked. You understand what I'm saying? You know, in church, they don't sing odes to the devil. You don't see that in the hymn book. You see what I mean? So if our music is doing this type of thing, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's, but I think we was talking about that before. You know, with Eric Adams. You know, I don't really agree with his. You know.
But I understand it.
Yeah, look, you gotta think about it, right? From the outside looking in, right?
Yeah.
You can't even misspell some people's names. Like in journalism, you can't say, yo, he lived in Crown Heights and the nigga really lived in Flatbush. You can't say that. But you can get on there and say, yo, you know that cat that was on the news last week that got killed? Yeah, that was us. and we smoking on it right now. You can say that on me. See what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get kicked off of Twitter for, you know, one or both people is busy trying to convince the other person that this is not a transaction.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not like that.
That's the.
It's not really like that. It's not really
Yeah,
like
nah,
that.
yeah, this is a date.
Yeah, that's crazy. Next thing, yeah, this is the date.
Yeah, you're not buying anything. That's the, you know, survival scrolls right there. I don't know what just happened over here.
I don't really know if this is like, and he was like rapping about it in his music. When people ask him about it, I think he said something like, "This is my friend's name" or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said it, but it was on a Breakfast Club interview, so it was all over the radio. And then I think he said that because it was like Charlamagne the God or whatever. He was like, yeah, actually, he's like, he understood why he said this is my friend's chain, as far as like speaking on it and how it can be received to people. But like, has that ever been a actual thing?
You got that from what's her name, man?
We was the first national brand in hip hop. So he said with Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying, Brand Nubian, Paul Wrighty's teachers, Rakim. We was the first national brand. You see what I mean? And some people marketing, you want to tap into that strength. See, like I said, the same way, you know, if you know people in the gang, they go see whoever's the gang members that, you know, can co-sign.
There's a gatekeeper.
You understand what I'm saying? So by that token, you know, every blue moon, people from New York will revive that. You know, you would hear people like Puffy. Remember Puffy said my city's 5% culture.
Yeah.
You know, or you see him on his little Instagram or whatever saying, yo, peace to the gods and all of that.
Yeah.
That's because they want to recapture that. You understand what I mean? You know, but we not, you know, we not a gang, we not a business, we not none of these things. Like that was something, you know, that's something that I mean, look, I could come in here and talk for hours. So, you know, doing music, you know, writing lyrics, that's something that just lends itself to. We have vocabulary that other people didn't have. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, that was just something that we had the power to do. Knowledge our power, right? That was our equality. But that's not, see, other people that was on the outside looking in, they look at us like a rap group or something, you know what I mean? Or like these rap groups is our leaders and shit. These niggas is barely even one of us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, like, look, what I'm saying is whatever's the next music that come up, we'll be a part of that too if it come out of New York. You understand what I mean? Certain things is, you know, like right now, if you do something with 100 kids, right, in LA, it's gonna be difficult for one of them not to be a gang, right? You understand what I mean? If you get 100 kids from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you get 100 dudes from Miami, how many of them think you never been to the beach? You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? That's just a part of what happened. You know what I mean? So, you know, you get, like I said, you know, we've seen Puffy do it, Nori do it, you know, we've seen, you know, Jay-Z do it, you know what I'm saying? Nas do it, you know what I'm saying? Where they try to tap into that, you know, we the grassroots, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and just, you know, you gotta remember so much of what hip-hop is came from us. You understand what I mean? Like people saying the rap cipher, that came from us. The B-boy stance came from us. You know what I'm saying? You know, there was a whole era between 1987 and 1990, probably 70% of the records that came out, they said peace at the end of the record. You know what I'm saying? That was because, you know, we had a strong influence on everything that happened. So, you know, people that kind of want to tap back into that grassroots, they'll come and try to, you know, front it off. You know, like I said, they'll try to characterize it like they did something for us by wearing the flag. You know what I'm saying? But nah, don't get it twisted. See, we just, like I said, we not a gang. We don't got, you know, shit that we talk, like, when you see these gang members and they be, you know, on whatever forum, and whoever say whatever, then you know, that's the way how that life is. You gotta say whatever you supposed to say, whatever, you know what I mean, or whatever's supposed to happen. You know, however the politics is, you know what I mean? So, you know, we don't go around talking about that. Because like I said, that is insignificant, right, to the factor of the lives that we save. You understand what I'm saying? You know, when you got people, you know, that was coming into the knowledge, you know, at one time, it's like, you know, you got people 12, 13, they already been in jail. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, being able to affect people like that, you know what I'm saying, to the point where, yeah, some of those same kids, you know, they professionals, you know, engineers, you know, electricians, you know, all types of things, you know, that people went on to do, you know, from, you know, the different depths of just where society was, you know what I'm saying? In New York City, in general, but certain areas in particular, society collapsed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The shit collapsed.
I imagine if they could ever quantify how many lives Allah the Father actually saved. Just imagine just how many people that were kept out of jail, that were kept alive, that were kept, can you imagine?
I mean, it's more stuff than that. You know, when the reason why Harlem is not known for riots after Martin Luther King,
right,
is because him.
right.
If you read, it's an article called "City on the Eve of Destruction."
John Lindsay, right?
And it's in the
What's it called?
it's in the New Yorker. I'm pretty sure that the story was written by Gloria Steinem. You know,
Wow.
Small world type shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Hey, yeah, but City on the Eve of Destruction, and it gives an account of how Mayor Lindsay came up here. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, he knew a law was grassroots. You know the streets. So if I want to come up there and I need to stop the riot, I need to holler at him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that gives the story of how he came up here and him and the law walked all around and shit, and they, you know, stopped people from rioting. So, you know, you got events like that. You know, you got, like, there's a famous tape, you know, of him speaking. You know what I'm saying? And the way how the tape came about is that, like I said, you know, they in reform school. They're not even in Rikers Island yet. But the young people that's saying they got the knowledge is, you know, they wilding out in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So whoever was one of the administrators there, right, he found out that there's somebody called Allah that they all listen to. And he called Allah up there, and you know, he built with them, told them, listen, you know, first of all, you ain't supposed to be in here. You know, look, you gotta straighten up and all of that. And then the dude had the tape, right? So whenever the 5% would cut up, he'd bring them in and play the tape.
Yeah, I actually saw that in the show. Well, what was the Schomburg thing? That's crazy.
So yeah, you got 1,000.
He was under control just from the
you got 1,000. Yeah, you got 1,000 things that happen. Like a brother told me he was from Brooklyn, right? And he came up here to 116th Street to the Muslim restaurant. Especially once you get to the 80s, you got forces out there that's trying to destroy militancy. You understand what I mean? In any way they can. If it's drugs, locking people up, they need to get all these militants off of the street. You understand what I'm saying?
And feed their prison.
And right, and see, that was one of the things when Reagan came in. It's like, yeah, see, this shit's getting out of hand since civil rights. We need to put this shit back in check. And he came in with corporate America, and they handled their business. the way. That's why all these motherfuckers, anytime you see a Republican running down, they talk about Ronald Reagan like he's the hero because he brought corporate America back. See, in the 60s and the 70s, the whole society started rebelling. You know what I'm saying? The black people want civil rights.
The hippies.
The hippies is they want to end the war. They fighting with the war people. The women want feminism. You know, the people want to break away from the church. Everybody's in you know, and see, business can't work like that. She's got to be calm. Yeah. You understand what I mean? If you got all this crazy shit going on, you know, people they not being in a customer mindset right now.
And when you have people who look like me, white men who look like me, nervous,
it's
never a good time for anybody. Man. It's never a good time. It's true.
Corporate America came back in the 80s, right? And then you know, that's what I be saying when I'm like, yo, I seen everything become about the bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where certain principles where it's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, the term sellout don't exist no more. You understand what I mean? Like nobody that's like the justification now. Like that you took money. That you took money used to be a bad thing. That used to make it worse. Like it could have been, like for instance, look. Nah, let me not even go there because I only got about three female. Let me not even go in that. Let me not bring that up.
Selling out's an excuse now.
Yeah,
not a bad thing.
I'm just saying, in terms of women, right?
Right.
Taking money used to be this is what made it bad.
now it's just a trade.
Yeah, now
it's just
if you didn't get money, you did something wrong.
You fuck that dude for free?
Listen.
That's real though.
Shout out to my last couple of female listeners.
No, that's crazy though.
Hey, listen, man. You know, you gotta understand. Everybody that's Hotep is in jail now.
Damn.
I couldn't be down no more. I had to get out. Yeah. You know, young Pharaoh's in there now. I heard he need bail or something. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I don't think the pimping is working like it used to or something. He need bail money and shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I just seen it on YouTube. I don't talk to him. You know what I'm just saying though, ladies, that was a good point though, right? That wasn't hate. That was.
It's true though. $40 get you everything.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Just look, I made an observation. I'm not taking a shot.
It's funny that you had mentioned that transactional thing before, because it's not always the dude trying to convince.
That's the funny shit.
See,
it's not.
Yeah, let's look.
Yeah,
I got another channel. Right? You know what I'm saying? I got another channel where we flow from the survival scroll. But yeah, I got.
He said the survival scroll.
Yeah.
Quick question about the calendar. So, 1550 was year one, according to the Asiatic calendar. And the Gregorian calendar was 1669, right?
The year one is for us. 1550 is the Asiatic calendar. Yeah. And what you said?
The Gregorian.
Yeah, what year you got for that? 64.
And then, so, can you do the math on what my year one would be again?
2021.
Okay, mine year one?
No, he's saying it was his year one. See, when you got the knowledge, right, and you see when you started writing that book,
Gotcha.
that's the year one.
So what would I think my question was supposed to be, what's the year now according to the Asiatic calendar? How to get that math?
You gotta use the numbers right there, like you said, you got 1550, right? Now you just gotta subtract the amount from 2022 to 1964 and add that on to 1550, 15,050.
Oh shit! I had the math, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. See, everybody year one is when they say this. See what I'm saying? Like the Jews, their year one is from, they say Adam and Eve. So in the Jewish calendar, it's like 57 something.
It took me. I'm not gonna lie, growing up, I thought everybody was on the whole 2000 shit.
That's Pope Gregory. That's an aspect. That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at these things. They seem like just nothing. You just look at the camera, but no, that's a whole cultural aspect. But like you said, everybody's on their own time, right? Now, when I put you on my time, you on my time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You do what the fuck I say now. And on top of that, like I said, when you say 2020, right? We shorten it up now. But it's 2020 Anno Domini, right? The year of our Lord. Who's Lord? See, they're making you bear witness to Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? When you say that, as soon as you say 2020 AD, right? In the year of our who's we, son? Who's our Lord? You understand what I'm saying? So you got different people like the Chinese.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's wild because the Buddhists are over there saying Happy New Year.
Yeah, and they say they got like 50,000. They got pottery and shit. They say it's 50,000 years old.
So how that work?
You know, the Indians too. They say they got shit that's older than the time what they saying.
Yeah, nah, that makes sense because the whole fucking BC AD shit. It was like the shit.
See,
this way to zero.
That's one of the kind of disputes, like kind of things that in history, right? In the compiling of the history, right? They had to match up events like that because everybody had different time, people speaking different languages. So it's like, say it was a war between two people, right? They had to kind of look at the story and say, well, yeah, this sounds like the shit they talking about over here. So whoever had this war, this was the people, and this is the time right here that we could tell from what they wrote, but everybody described it in their own way.
Yeah.
Some people might just got a picture of it. Some people might got an oral tradition of it. Some people might have written records of it. You see what I mean? So like the Romans, they going around, some people, they wiping off the face of the planet. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, everybody had their own time, and that's just a science of see, when you're dealing with Europeans, right? This is why we say to them is that they made war the central aspect of their culture. Like everybody that's named Great, they kill a lot of people. Alexander the Great, Peter the Great, all of them.
Yeah, I think it's war and slavery.
Well,
I think those were the two real.
That goes with it, but that's the main engine of like even when they tell you that everything goes back to the Greeks and Romans, right? That they was warriors. The greatest Greek is Alexander, and the greatest Roman is Julius Caesar. You understand what I'm saying? Even in American history, right? The greatest presidents is who? George Washington. Yeah. Lincoln, FDR, Kennedy, warlords.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's the equality.
They told me that when I was in like 7th grade, I think. Either 7th or 6th, I remember. They were telling about how like European culture, as far as like when it came to conquest or like taking over land, it was like for the three G's, it was God, glory, and gold.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's what everything was just basically around. As far as like everything that they were doing. So alright, now we gotta conquer these people and take over this one because God wants us to, or in the name of God. Or we gotta go over there and they're worshiping devils. So we gotta go bring God
I
down.
don't think it changed.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
just-
it's changed. It's the
it just
same
got applied
thing.
in different areas.
It's exactly right. Exactly
Well,
right.
It all got merged on the internet.
For sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all of the different things that it all got merged. And just like, look,
To MAGA.
yeah.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, and that's kind of what the internet did. Like, remember just a minute ago when brother was saying, yo, he's listening to music on the iPod. You know what I mean? A lot of technology all got merged into the internet.
Right.
Things that you used to have 5, 6 different devices, you just got your internet connection now.
Funny how Google can answer all those questions too. Like all the information is there now.
I mean, well, to me, like I said, in my opinion, you know, corporate America took over the internet at a certain time. Like in the 90s, being on the internet was about being a rebel. Like there was no, you couldn't buy Amazon and shit like that. It was about finding some shit that, you know, nobody else was going to be up on because the shit was only on the internet. You know what I mean? Sometime around the end of MySpace, shifting over into Facebook, corporate America captured it. Like there was a period of time that corporate America couldn't figure out how to make a viral video. Like it was an actual thing where they had hired advertising companies, like from downtown, Park Avenue, straight up motherfuckers, you know, they sell anything. They sell Ford, they sell whatever. They couldn't make a viral video. They didn't understand what it was. But see, one thing I think that happened, right, is like I said, the people who was on the internet before, right, was a particularly technical minded kind of people and everything. See, once MySpace and Facebook came out and you start getting these messages saying, yo, join me on MySpace, yo, me and all the people that we went to high school with is on there. Now you start getting your average Joe on there. And those are the people that they victims. As soon as they got on there, oh yeah, now we fire up Park Avenue now. We know how to we know how to fuck them up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Because now we can go right back to the music thing. Because once they did that in hip hop, that's what happened there too. As soon as they marginalize and mainstream something, it's a rap.
Yeah.
My friend of mine is called like ghetto fire. He said all the fires in the ghetto. So once they catch on to the ghetto fires, then their businesses become better, stronger, and more marketable.
The Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
You know
Tom
what I'm saying?
Timberland.
Yeah, that's my main shit.
Even with the
He said that's that ghetto fire.
That's dope.
Even with the well, like with the reference, like you just said, just not knowing how to make a viral video. I feel like now they just tell you what's viral. Like,
Yo, listen, not for nothing.
I can't make the
Not for
video,
nothing.
I'm gonna control the parameters.
That's what it seems like fame is right now. Like people get famous. You know, you're one of my favorite whipping boys, and I hate to keep going in on him. You know what I mean? But take 6ix9ine for instance, right? All of the first times that I saw 6ix9ine, right? People was making fun of him.
Wow.
And I think that what happens with these people, right, is that, like you said now, with YouTube, they don't see whether people is making fun of you or not. All they see is those views. And all the young people see is views. When they see those views, they're like, oh shit, this dude is famous. This shit is popping. You know what I mean? And so, it's this whole kind of, you know, I recall when I first heard of all these dudes. Like I remember Lil Uzi Vert. When I first heard of him, people were showing me the video saying, look at this dude. And then the next thing, he was the biggest artist in what's his name? You understand what I mean? So that's the thing right now, that it's like, yeah, it don't matter what you're doing. Like you could be doing some TikTok shit. You know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah, people, you know, you lick a motherfucking ice cube. I don't know what the fuck people doing it. You understand what I'm saying? And the shit go viral and shit. So it's like, yo, you know, but it just showed how much control of the people they had. Like you remember, look, it was on Dave Chappelle, right? Remember when they had the artists and shit, and he made the song and shit, but it was nothing on the record?
Yeah, 50 Cup.
Listen, that shit ain't funny.
That was his name, yeah.
That shit is, listen, it's a joke on there. It was funny when I seen it, but let me tell you something. Record labels is really like that.
It's coming.
If
Oh,
you
it's
would
coming.
buy that shit,
It's coming.
if you would buy that shit without no fucking music on it,
They don't
you
care.
just buy the blank CD, they will sell you that shit.
I ain't know, we very
Without, listen, without
They be
no,
saying that joke about Kanye.
without no motherfucking, you know, they conscious ain't gonna fuck with them.
Yeah. They say that about Kanye. They were like, one day Kanye fans are just gonna buy
Nah,
like this.
I ain't like that shit. You know Ops in it?
Yeah.
He made a whole video, a whole rap video,
Mhm.
where he said nothing.
Hey, see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's showing you,
Mocking the rap.
it's showing you the level of control they have, right? And the, you know, how just the, and this is going to sound a little bit funny, but listen carefully, right? The elevation of the 85% has dropped.
That's what I was, yep.
Right.
And the 10%'s gotten richer and richer.
Listen, NWA was dropping high signs in comparison to the shit that's coming out now. The rappers that was considered the ignorant rappers before would be scholars now. And shit. Like brand new, yeah, like NWA would be neighborhood activists.
Dr. Dre is considered a genius right now, actually, bro. He's considered a genius.
He's good at doing music. I'm not really sure. See, listen.
No, but they would be the conscious rappers now.
The term musical genius to me is a misnomer.
Understood.
Like, I don't know, people who say musical genius, like you good at making records, man.
That's funny. That's funny. Stevie Wonder was a musical genius.
You know what I'm saying?
Stevie Wonder was a musical
It's like,
genius.
listen, first of all, listen, anything that you can show a 6-year-old how to do, it's not that hard, G.
That's dope.
You understand what I'm saying? You ever see a little 6-year-old concerto motherfucker just playing, Beethoven, everything. This nigga fingers is like motherfucking machine gun fire and shit.
And that's your whole existence.
Yeah, and you telling me you a genius because you can do this too? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You good at making music.
Right.
Full stop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a lot of shit that people do. People be like, yo, he a genius. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I heard people say, yo, 6ix9ine was smart though. Nigga. Wait a minute. Is he sitting in jail now?
Yeah.
How the fuck is he smart?
He can't come outside now.
But listen, why was he smart? Because he was getting the bag.
That excuse again.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's it.
Nigga, you almost got you. The police had to save your life. You took a bunch. You was smart. Nigga, everything involved with that is some of the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
Yeah. The internet, I don't know. I mean, even going on the internet, or even being on like social media and shit, going through like comments, or just looking at niggas' logic behind the way they think, it just make you want to turn the shit off. There's no way
Hold on 1 second. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Listen, I don't know what happened with my plug, my cord, but my battery power, my phone wouldn't charge up. So I'm down to 1%. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to charge up, see if we come back in before the class is over. If not, you know what I'm saying? Peace to everybody out there. We still over here in the G building. I'm going to throw on the little outro real quick. And, you know, let's see what happens. Like I said, we'll try to fire it back up if I can get the phone back charged. Peace.
I think the internet actually could have been something that could have really affected change in a positive way too. It's a shame. Much like hip hop. It could have really affected change in a positive way. But then once the 10% realized the control that they could have had over everybody with the hip, just like the hip hop, it's almost like a